Hello everyone. In this tutorial, I will discuss about decorator design pattern. So as you know, this is one of the structural design pattern. As we have adapted other pattern like adapter pattern, bridge pattern, composite pattern. All these are belongs to a decorator pattern. So today I'll discuss about this decorator design pattern. And this pattern basically means for implementing this pattern, basically it is used abstract class or interfaces internally. So decorated design pattern is basically used to modify the like if we want to modify any functionalities of an object and the runtime, then basically this pattern is come into the picture. Even though like in the same time the other instances of the same class will not be affected by this. So individual objects gets the modified behavior, right? Decorated design pattern actually allow us to dynamically add functionalities and behavior of to an object without affecting the behavior of the other existing objects within the same class. So for extending the behavior of an object, basically we used either like inheritance or composition, right? But these are done at the compile time. Okay. So how can we like add those functionalities at the runtime? So that's here means this is a situation or this is a scenario like when the decoder patterns comes into the picture. Let's take one example. Suppose like if we want to like add different types of features of a car. So like as we have different types of our car or maybe bike, so every time some whenever the any bike is like launched, then it will having some different types of features, right? So let's take one same situation means example actually. So for implementing this, maybe we need to create one interface like car, and here actually we need to create one method, for example feature. And then because this is then maybe we are having some kind of basic model structure that basically implement this car interface, and then here we are writing something. Okay, then now let's say like we are having different types of cars which are having version 1 version 2, right? So then we can like extend those, implement those this particular car, and accordingly we can implement those, right? But if we want to modify the feature of a car at runtime, then like what you send, so there as it will having the both features of version 1, then implementation of this one gets very complex, right? Even though like which means suppose there is a first feature 1 feature 2 on version, so which feature we will add first, so that managing also it's looks very complex, right? So now imagine like if we have like lots of version, okay, then the implementation logic using inheritance and the composition will be impossible to manage. To solve this kind of programming situation, we are having the decorator pattern. So like how it will look like, let's check this diagram. So suppose we are having this like car interface, and it's having the feature method. It's basically implement the basic feature, is having the basic feature, then we need to create one car decorator, and it's we need to pass this like instance of the car, and it's also having feature. And here actually we'll create this method like upgrade feature version 1, then feature version 2, and accordingly we can add the like with the car decorator we can use the basic feature and then version 1 version 2. Okay, so in this way like this is the basic pattern of using this one. So internally Java also having means use some decorative design pattern like IO classes having buffer reader, file reader. So those classes internally using the decorator pattern. Let's take one example. I will like see this whatever I am defining here like this structure. So in the same way I will create one program so that it will be like easy to understand. Let's create the program. Okay, so this Java project actually I have already created. So for implementing this decorator design pattern, let's create one package for this one. So from here we can create the package, new package, pattern dot decorator. Okay, now what we'll do, let's create one interface. Okay, so for example car is the interface, and like what we will do, we need to create one like method over here, right? So what will be the method name? Method name would be like public void and feature. Okay, next, like what we need to do, we need to like create one class which will implement this, basically this interface. So for example, the basic feature, for example. Okay, so basic feature, and it will implement the card interface. So implement card interface. So we need to override this particular method, right? Means we need to implement this one feature. And here, like for the time being, because in the real situation it will be different, but for the demonstrating purpose, I'm just writing something over here so that it will be understood that like basic feature of a car. Of a car. Okay. Okay. So this is done. Next, like what we will do, we need to create one decorator class. So let's create one decorator class, like car decorator, and this is also like implement this car interface. Okay, so it should implement the method like this one. And here what we will do, we need to create one instance variable of this car. Okay, so why it is protected, because this is basically used in this particular class itself, so even the like nested one, so that's why it's protected. So here we'll create one constructor actually. Okay, and it will have the this parameter, this dot card equal to C, we can say, and it will be a public. Okay, and here what we will do, we will actually this dot card dot feature, means we need to in the feature implement, need to use this one. Okay, so this decorator is done now. Next what we will do, we will create another class which will actually extend this particular class, extend this one, and then we need to implement also override the feature method. So let's create this one. So it will be, we are creating this class for defining the version 1 feature. So like upgrade feature version 1. Okay, so it will actually extend car decorator okay, extends car decorator. Okay, so then we need to like, yes, we need to add this constructor here, and also like we need to override the feature 1. Yes, so this also we need to override. So this is done, and then we need to write something over here like upgrade version from version 1, right? So this is done. Next what we will do, we'll create another class like version 2, that also you need to mention here. So like version 2, yes. So here actually what we'll do, so nothing, everything will be same, only just change this out. So this is overall the structure is done for this decorator pattern, just to demonstrate it purpose. Next, like create one class so that from here we can test. So let's create one main class, new class. So for like decorator test, and here actually, okay, we need to create one main method And here first like just to like segregate those things. Okay, for example version 1. So here actually what we will do, car equal to, so we will call the upgrade version 1. Okay, and here we need to pass the instance of car. So what we will pass here, so need pass the basic car, basic feature. Okay, okay, so this is done, and this there is a typo. Okay, so this is like for example this is V1 car. Okay, next here let's to the upgrade version 2. Similar kind of things we need to do here, but little bit of trick we need to pass. Like first what we will pass, we will pass the multiple version here, version 2, and then from here we will pass new version 1, version 2, then basic feature. Okay, so this is V2. So here actually we need to call the feature method dot feature, so that it will print those things. And here again we need to call this version 2 dot v2 card dot feature. Okay, so this is done. Let's try to run this program. Okay, let's check this one. So this is the first basic feature, like as you can see here. So it will actually first call this basic feature and then upgrade version model to v1, and here it will first call the basic feature, then version 2, then version 1, right? So as you can see in the runtime, like we can add the multiple features to it, right? Even here also it maintaining the order, like first this one, then this, then this. So here we can manage all those things, like means adding the functionalities in the runtime. There is no issues with it, and also like there is also sequence is also maintaining, right? So in this way, like we can create this decorator design pattern. So this pattern actually very helpful in like runtime modification abilities, right? So it's also easy to maintain, but like there is a one means the disadvantage of this pattern is like it is use a lot of similar kind of object actually. So that is one thing, but obviously like except this one, like it's having easy to maintain, means we can easily like add more function in the runtime, right? This is benefit of this pattern one. So that's all about this decorator design pattern in Java. If you guys having anything, please do let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.